cytokines released during exercise from the muscles themselves are actually referred to as myokines, essentially muscle cell-released cytokines. We know that IL-6 can induce insulin resistance, but oddly enough, when IL-6 is released from the muscle during exercise, the IL-6 that is released during exercise actually increases insulin sensitivity. I really glossed over myokines in the original video because it was not the topic of that video, but it's going to be the topic of this video. As mentioned, myokine is a term given to a cytokine that is released during exercise from the muscle tissue itself. Cytokine is a broad term for a protein that has a signaling role. The cytokines most people are familiar with are the cytokines released by the immune system that increase inflammation. This helps us to increase the activity of the immune system and allows the immune system to migrate to the place that needs attention. Cytokines released by the immune system are typically pro-inflammatory. However, these cytokines released by the muscle actually have anti-inflammatory actions. In addition, they help us fight off age-related diseases, dementia, obesity, diabetes, cardiovascular disease, and metabolic disease. And myokines are extremely important for the health-promoting benefits of exercise and promoting proper exercise adaptations. Let's take IL-6 for example. IL-6 can be atheroprotective or atherogenic. It can also increase insulin sensitivity or decrease it. And the way that it does this is fascinating. There are typically two IL-6 signaling pathways, the classic pathway and the trans signaling pathway. The trans signaling pathway represents the pro-inflammatory IL-6 activity, but the classic signaling pathway actually induces anti-inflammatory and regenerative effects. Importantly, only certain cells are able to go through the trans pathway, specifically the immune cells and the hepatocytes. In the muscles, IL-6 increases insulin sensitivity, but in the liver, where it can undergo the trans signaling pathway, IL-6 induces insulin resistance. Very importantly, IL-6 works in an autocrine manner, essentially meaning it will bind to the cell that produces it. So when IL-6 is produced by the muscles, it will work in an autocrine manner to bind back to the muscle cells, where it induces its insulin sensitizing protective effects. But liver-produced IL-6 is produced when there is liver damage. And immune cells produce IL-6 in response to environmental stress, such as infections or tissue injury. Therefore, it makes sense that in both of these cells, IL-6 will be pro-inflammatory because inflammation is an essential part of the healing process. But the myokines that are produced by the muscles during exercise are both anti-inflammatory and improve exercise adaptations. Technically, exercise increases the production of inflammatory cytokines, but in this scenario, they are anti-inflammatory and have a myriad of beneficial effects. With that being said, if you would like an individualized approach to your nutrition and lifestyle to optimize your health, energy, and body composition, send me a DM to sign up for coaching.